It has been 2 years and 6 months since I joined the Liberal Party. Today, I decided to leave the party. My decision to depart is made after careful consideration. To avoid any misunderstanding to the Liberal Party or any individual, I asked to be allowed to briefly go through my journey within the party. My reasons for entering politics in the first place was my realization that the fruits of Hong Kong's economic prosperity are not shared by the majority of its residents and owners of small and medium-sized enterprises. The wealth gap is widening and our overall social development is becoming worryingly unbalanced. Even though I came from the business sector, I was determined to contest in direct elections in hopes of giving a voice to the majority from a different angle. It was with this goal in mind that I joined the Liberal Party, a party of business that is centrist but slightly right-leaning and anchored by its belief in the free economy. This is a party where I felt I naturally belong. I was of the belief that the Liberal Party needs to walk on two legs. That while representing the business sector, we will listen to the voice of the people across social divisions and balance the interests of all concerned. Simply put, I believe that while pursuing the profit motive, the business sector should also take care of the interests of its employees. And while conducting business within the law, it should also do so within the boundaries of fairness to society in general and to its patrons in particular. It is precisely this philosophy that distinguishes a political party from a chamber of commerce or labor union, both of which exist to exclusively and reflexively protect the interests they represent. As a centrist but slightly right-leaning party, the Liberal Party can indeed tilt in favor of the business sector, but in doing so, it must ultimately be guided by the overall interests of the community. This is a principle that has long been advocated by the Liberal Party. It is in its interpretation and application that our differences arise. The Liberal Party of today is represented in Letchgo exclusively by functional constituency legislators. This being so, it is definitely not easy for the party to resolve the conflicts in interests between business and the community and between employers and employees. The Liberal Party has always insisted on contesting seats in both the functional and geographical constituencies. But given the divergent demands of either camp in handling controversial issues, conflicts will come to the surface. My own experience in running in a geographical constituency in 2008 has made me realize that a business candidate in direct elections is congenitally disadvantaged. For the party to walk on two legs, it calls for a high degree of compromise on the part of the functional constituency legislators, thereby entailing sacrifice by them and deemed fundamentally unfair to them. My decision to depart today was mooted 6 months ago, but senior leadership of the party talked me out of it, offering hope that I might continue to conciliate the differences and narrow the divisions within our party. Senior leaders even put forward the idea that I assume the vice chairmanship of the party, an offer I eventually declined for two reasons. First, the party was unable to reach a consensus to establish a mechanism for resolving the different perspectives of the functional and geographical constituencies. Secondly, I was concerned that as vice chairman, I would be subjected to many restrictions whenever I expressed my own views. I therefore opted for the relatively unconstrained position of being an ex-con member. As such, I will be able to voice my views on issues in a way that is true to my own beliefs. But the Café de Coral incident of recent days changed all that. I disapprove of a highly profitable business cutting back on employee benefits while wrestling with the demands of the forthcoming minimum wage legislation. I therefore supported boycotting the business. The chairman felt that while its move was unwise, it was nevertheless understandable and called on employers to protect jobs of their workers. Legislators in the functional constituencies supported Café de Coral's actions. Confronted with this conundrum, the party and I came to the conclusion after deliberation that there should be a parting of ways. Relieved of this burden, I can breathe easier again. I believe that in dealing with people, I should be true to myself and square with my conscience. And in doing things, I should likewise be true to myself and square with others. God has been kind to me. My days in the Liberal Party are an important chapter in my life. I have learned much and have had the great fortune to fight alongside the party faithful. I'm thankful to the party and its leadership for giving me support in many ways. I also want to thank the party's frontline staff for being so hardworking and never complaining, in helping me to make major inroads in my community work. Nearly every week I huddle with a group of energetic young party members, brainstorming new ideas that are of service to the community. Most memorably, the concept of a revolving tenancy, the rent now buy later scheme, which has subsequently been co-opted by the government as its new housing program. I hope these young people will continue to shine for the community. There's also the former party chairman, my elder brother James, who has engaged me in candid communication and consultation, always alerting and assisting me in the process. For that, I'm truly grateful. We come together in concord and part on the lack of it. It is not a matter of who is in the right or who is in the wrong. Only a choice of different directions. We are parting on amicable terms. Finally, allow me to invoke the poetry of Lu Shen to characterize my relationship with the Liberal Party. We have been brothers through thick and thin, and when we meet again, all that has come between us will be dissolved in a gentle smile. Thank you.